Hello and welcome to the 2001 Daytona 500, where in just a few minutes, 43 of stock cars' finest will tackle this great American race, 2.5 miles of excellence. With banking that is sure to make any car crumble under the intense conditions of over 200 miles per hour. Who will take the checkered flag at the end of the day and call themselves a Daytona 500 champion and go on the Harley J. Earl? A lot of stories coming into today. Chevrolet really dominating speed weeks here, specifically ECR and their engine program. As you see, just in the top 5 alone, 4 ECR engines are represented, 2 RCR cars, the number 31 of Mike Skinner and the number 3 of Dale Earnhardt. And you see Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Steve Park there, also in the top 5. All the way back in the field, a little bit, Michael Waltrip not really having the start to the season that he had hoped for, recently signing with Dale Earnhardt Incorporated after a stint with Matei Motorsports in that number 7. Finally has equipment to prove himself in. Let's see if he'll be able to do it. Dodge is back in NASCAR, ladies and gentlemen, and a plethora of teams have swapped over to the manufacturer, hoping for a new season abroad. And you see on screen 2 of them now, the 19, a new team, Evernham Motorsports. 1 car running this year, the number 19 of Casey Atwood. And you see the number 22, Bill Davis Racing. Last year in 2000, they ran Pontiacs. This year, running Dodge. Speaking of Bill Davis Racing, they now have a second team running full-time in the Cup Series. And that is the number 93 of Dave Blaney. Another Dodge here, just a little upwards, is the 01, Chip Ganassi Racing. Chip Ganassi Racing has 3 entries in the Daytona 500, but the 42 is not one of them. At the end of last year, Felix Sabates and Chip Ganassi decided to part ways in their joint business venture. The 42 stayed with Felix Sabates and returned to Pontiac, while Chip Ganassi kept 3 numbers and went to Dodge. Moving to Dodge as well was the Petties. The number 43 here, the number 44 of Kyle Petty, and the number 45 of Adam Petty all moved to Dodge and look to have a phenomenal season this year. Just right ahead of the 43 is the number 66 of Darrell Waltrip, who decided not to call it quits after 2000. Figured he did not have a good enough season to call it quits, did not want to leave the fans on such a horrible season, came back for one last season. His goal, he wants to win one last race, and what an amazing season it would be to have a victory tour if he can start the season off with a Daytona 500 victory. As many teams leave Pontiac to go to Dodge, one finds themselves joining Pontiac here. The number 4 team, Morgan McClure Racing, longtime Chevrolet team, finally goes to Pontiac. Right next to them stands Bill Elliott, going one more season on his own team. Had an offer to join Evernham Motorsports, but decided to turn it down, saying he wanted to stay on his own team and, quote, make it work. Bobby Labonte, your defending champion, last year won the title off pure consistency, and he had a good team behind him. No new members, no old members leaving. The same ragtag crew is going to try to go back-to-back this year. Speaking of back-to-back, Dale Jarrett and the Yates crew are going to try to go back-to-back as Daytona 500 winners. And that's about all the major changes heading into this year. We're going to go trackside and get these festivities started. And down trackside, the cars are going to get rolling in just one moment. And as the cars roll off, we get ready to start the 2001 Daytona 500. And as the field rounds off turn 4, the fans pack the stands on their feet. Mike Skinner and Jeff Gordon are going to lead them down. Green flags in the air at Daytona, and the 31 and the 24 are going to lead them down the back straightaway already as these cars rocket as they get up to 200 miles an hour here. Mike Skinner going to lead the field here as Bernie Mayfield has a tire down and his teammate had a blown engine there. Horrible day for Penske as now Mayfield back out on the racetrack. Mike Skinner continuing to lead him as DEI cars kind of get together there, and oh, huge crash in the back. I think that took out about 3 cars maybe. And yes, 3 cars were involved there as the field now comes down pit road. And Mike Skinner going to lose a lot of spots on pit road. Horrible stop for the 31 team. That's going to put Steve Park out front as we're back green in Daytona. And Dale Jr. giving the shot out. As now they get single file with the RCR and DEI cars. Take out the top 5. Steve Park continuing to lead here as a few other cars going to try to challenge the Earnhardt-Childress Racing Alliance. As now Earnhardt gets behind his team and a few more cars crash in the back. Dale Earnhardt Jr. now in the lead as we go back green. No pit stops were had under that caution. And Earnhardt Sr. now behind all 3 of his drivers with his son leading the race trying to win the Daytona 500. Here comes Michael Waltrip and a huge one in the back. Mike Skinner, Tony Stewart up and over, and Michael Waltrip going to lead him back. As we're now green once again here. In the closing stages of the race, Michael Waltrip, Dale Jr., and Steve Park, Earnhardt throwing big blocks here to try to get his team a 1-2-3 in the 2001 Daytona 500. Huge move there. Earnhardt making big blocks. Earnhardt knows he has one shot at this, a little wiggle room there. And there he goes, making more big blocks on the 40. There he goes. He wedges the 40, and Michael Waltrip's going to win. And Michael Waltrip will win a DEI 1-2-3 with an Earnhardt 4th.